Thank you all for coming onto our call. For our viewers, we're talking to the teachers and the people who help run the Wiraqocha Foundation out of Cusco, Peru, recipients of the SSP's Eagle Feather Award for 2022. We're very, very happy to have found you and to be able to give you the award and the support that you so richly deserve. And thank you so much for joining us today, just for a brief chat about the foundation and about the teachers and about the Caro. And thank you so much. Elizabeth, go ahead.
May I translate that for them?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Yes.
Sorry.
Well, before we start, I think what is usual after this translation, we are going to do the Waharikui, which is the initiation of meeting ceremony.
Wonderful.
I will translate this. This is very important for them. Wayakenchis Jaime, Anchata Nyanchaikushan, Hakunan Kai Uchuy Rimanakuyman, Hamuskai Kichismanta, Anchata. Riki Chaimanta Anyanchaikushan Pikunas Riki Kai Wiraqocha Foundation Riki Kaiku Nispaka Anke Rimanakui Picanca of Chican Riki no Hanchismanta Eromanta Fundación Wiraqocha Manta Chaimanta y Macunatas no Hanchi Achachinchis Tercemuyu Pacokunapa. Ya Nispaka Wakai Kalerinanchispach Munai Tapapa Ruari Rosunchis Kai Waharikuninchista.
Yeah, gracias.
Gracias.
Okay, they will go in the prayer for opening this space, this talking. Hallarichis Pachabapa.
A ver, con Anca, en Taita Mamaquilla, a Tunchasque, la Tex, un tico de la Cote, Pachachacha, actualmente Tipi, no Paico, un Nas, Pachaico, que hoy Kuna, Anso Masta, Benchoniki, Huayco, en Alata, Amba Camaspaiki, La Palan, Teximuyo, Pachamama, Teximuyo, Montaña Cuna, Fundura, Pochín, Aira, Riao, Jamie, no Paico, Suma, Remismando, Oaxaca, Kuna, que a ver, con Anca, Hampumuy. Pachamama, Hampuma, Hatun Puma, Espíritu Choquichinchay, Hatun Uturunco, Howard, Hampuma, Hatun Howard, Hampuma, Nagata, Chivar Kenti, Master Kenti, Comer Kenti, Yatacuna, Cuatacuna, Espíritu, Hampuma, Alpamisaka, Pampamisaka, Espíritu, Hampuma, antepasado, Espíritu, antepasado, Hampuma, Espíritu, ancestral, Nalapa, Ulana Pausancapi, Ulana Sancapi, Sancapi, Haycapi, Sabasera, Pichile, Wahawiki, Peonica, Hampomo, La Palaguita, Wahawiki, Chico, Kipe, Uniki, Somasta, Anapawaiki, Naraki, Waikunata, Somasti, Anapawaiki, Sanchaiki, como espiritualmente, naturalmente. Pachamama. Santa Tierra Pachamanita,
Santa Tierra Pachamama,
Campes Sumasta,
Kauntin Soyana Kauntin So, Pachamama, Pestimion Pachamama, Hampu Yana Poi, Airo,
Kunata Viñatinki, Pachakunata Viñatinki, Cheira y Kuajapoliti,
Kaipayo Korakunata, Yana Pai, Ayure, Purin, Yanini, Yana Pai, Ayure.
Atunkus Mama Kuta, Océano Pacífico, Atlántico, Pampa Sumasta, Pinta Camarista, Parata Coantico, Michicona Viñarinampa, Pachicona Viñarinampa, Sini Paiko, Imasuma con Gulguan, Cometico. Igual actualmente, 300 Chanco, Cancuna Yana Paikunti, Salos Quinte, Trabajante, Reacciente, Estudiante, Pinta no Paico, Cometico, Imasuma con Gulguan. Anyay, Pachamanita, Anyay, Hatun Pachamama Kuta.
Pachaman Pachatira Takiyomusta, Hampu Yanapai Ayurai, Wamale Pamusta, Hampu Yanapai Ayurai, Gitara Kanatanya Kanapuri, Yankai,
So this is the opening ceremony in which they invoke to the sacred mountains and the power of nature. They will ask the presence of the representatives of the three worlds, okay, of the future, the present, and the past. They will, they were asking the presence of the jaguar, the condor, the royal eagle, the power of Siwarkenti, representative of the high-level priesthood, Pachamama, Mother Earth, to the spirit of the ancestors in the high level, like the Alto Misayok and Pampa Misayok, the masters from whom they learned and they received this tradition. To Texemuyu, Pachamama, to the spirit of all our planet, which they call Texemuyu, Pachamama, right? To the guardians of your community as well, by helping them to preserve this wisdom, and the guardians of Cusco. Help us, says, help us in this meeting and build up the pathway for us and for these people who are meeting to us, Pachamama. Make this connection, make us a very nice blessing, which will take us in a very nice balance to our Tawantinsuyo, to our planet in the four directions. Help us bring in the equilibrium in these critical moments. They were speaking about Peru. And help us to our friends who are with us in their projects and in their spiritual path. So this is more or less, what is the prayers that they gave it to us as opening ceremony and opening this space. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that beauty. Well, Elizabeth and Juan and Monica and Freddie, there's so many questions that that I have for you, and I'm sure Jose does too. I know that we have a somewhat limited time, but I thought it would be good just for the people who would watch this video. Maybe Elizabeth, you can do this. Just give us a little bit of information or background about the Wiraqocha Foundation, what you've been doing for a while, things like that. Kind of briefly. That would be really helpful.
Sure. Thank you. And we also were saying thank you and blessings to the Society for Shamanic Practice in that opening there. Wiraqocha Foundation was founded in 1996 when I wrote my first book, because the principle of Aini, like we know of, the sacred reciprocity, is the founding, that mainly the only rule of the tradition. And so I had to find a way to give back to the Q'ero people for maintaining this wisdom for 500 years of resistance and keeping this incredible knowledge. So we founded it in 1996 and started doing our projects up there. We did a clean water project and built a school, Munaitika School in Charcapata. There's 6 villages up there that we've been supporting. We've supported the Q'ero kids with numerous scholarships. I don't know if you guys know, in Cusco, there was a lot of almost really kind of disrespect of the indigenous people over the last 20 years. It's 30 years. It's better now, but it was really bad. And the kids had trouble in school. So we found a really nice school that was much more sensitive to them, a private school, so they could go to school. We also did a project where 4 of the Q'ero kids came and lived with me and went to school with my kids here in Hawaii. Did a lot of cultural exchange. That was really beautiful. And right now, the main projects that we're working on are the clean water, but also the water reservoirs, because due to global warming, there's not the snow that they used to get in the high Andes, and they don't have enough water for the alpacas and for growing the vegetables. And so we've built these, last year we got a really beautiful grant and we're able to build 3 water reservoirs, and we're going to go on improving those. Also during the pandemic, the kids had no way to go to school. A lot of the Q'ero from Cusco went back to Q'eros because they could be more free up there, than trying to live in a small house in a city during lockdown. So then we put in Wi-Fi. So that's the beauty of your grant coming at this moment. We needed a funding source to pay for another year of Wi-Fi in all the villages. That, if you can imagine, bringing technicians up to 14.
Wow.
Freddie did that, installing Wi-Fi, keeping the Wi-Fi going up there. So that's what that, and there's many other projects, alpacas, and of course our cultural center, which has been a dream for years and years for me, because, you know, bringing groups to beautiful hotels and having the manager say, oh, the Quero can't come in, these, you know, peasants can't come in. So now we've got them a beautiful hotel where they can kick people out if they want to. So they never would, of course, but
Yeah.
so we have a healing center there, a teaching center, and a weaving store that just sells the weavings of the Quero people from Hatun Queros, which is a really special kind of weaving. Very special kind of
And that center is in Cusco.
It's in Cusco. It's 1 block off of the main square.
Oh.
It's if you know the Plaza de Armas in Cusco, that big main square, and then there's this little square called Plaza Regocijo, and half a block off of that square is where our center is. So it's right in the middle of town.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Elizabeth, most of our members probably have not been to your website. And I know this is all on your website, but could you say just a few words about who the Quero are?
Oh, absolutely. Great definition. The Quero are a very small group of people that live, actually there's the whole Quero nation, and then there's the heart of Queros. So there's several villages called Kiku, Hapu, help me, Freddie, the larger ones that Wiraqocha that have had more contact, and then Hatun Queros is like the heart of the Quero nation. And there's 6 villages there: Charcapata, Colpacucho, Cochamoco, Chuachua, Chalmachimpana, and
Munaitica.
Hatun Rumio.
Hatun Rumio, sorry.
So it's a really small population. There's about 3,000 of them. And because of their location being so isolated and so remote, they've been able to maintain a lot of the traditional knowledge, the wisdom, straight from the ancestral lineage. And that is our goal and our mission with the Global Paco School, is teaching the authentic tradition. They developed the curriculum. We have 12 Pacos, and we've developed a really beautiful relationship of trust and family over the last 30 years. And they're willing to share with us in the heart of the computer, as they say, which is so weird, you know, it's so bizarre for them. And, you know, they say nobody ever explained things to us, and now we're explaining to the world, but they're so happy that their traditional knowledge is going out to the world and being received through we call it the Global Paco School. Tikse Muyu Paco Yachay Wasi. It's the correct title in Quechua. Yeah.
You know, I'm curious about, there's so many different ideas seemingly from indigenous people about non-indigenous people, somebody like me living in a city in North America wanting to study, you know, the Quero ways. Do the teachers, Juan and Monica, do they have any, I don't know, ambivalence or, you know, about, you know, teaching North American people who can't possibly understand the connection to, you know, the apus that they have, etc.? Is there any trouble that way, do you think?
Let's ask them.
Let's ask.
Felicito.
Juancito, kay tapurico y kashan kay Wiraqochismanta Jaime. Jaime Waihenchis tapurikushan alillanchu kan imaynallas rin kiriki tersimuyu pako yachay wasipi riki yachachispa runakunata hamuq riki Estados Unidos manta, Europa manta riki China riki yachachinchis imaynas kan sintikunki allinllachu sintikunki kan imaynas kan sonqochaykimanta lluqsijhina ninkiman kay wayqinchista Jaime imas experienciayki maestro hina.
Ya, bueno, Wayqaykuna ñuqapas primeramente huk hatun napaykuynita kankunaman chimuykichis huk allin punchay kachun Kitarrimpi. Buenas tardes wayqaykuna. Ñuqaq sutiymi Juan Apasa, papaytaqmi Mariano Apasa karano. Entonces ñuqapas ancha kusisqan kashani kaypi kay tecnología sunqunta rimaynakusqanchismanta. Kuna actualmente ñuqapas que huñunakuy hatun yachay wasi yachachisqaymanta ima sumaq sunquyuqmi kani. Llapan kaypi hamunku llapan paiskunamanta Franciamanta, Italiamanta, Suizamanta, maymantaraqcha hamunku. Pero ichaqa ñuqapas ancha kusisqan kani. Ki yachayniykuqa karan hasta inkakunaq tiempumanta pacha kay yachayqa espiritualmente yachay llaqtaykupi hasta machuluykumanta abueluykumanta anki yachaytaqa siempre yacharanku. Ñuqamanpas papay enseñawaran huk paqukunapas enseñawan ñuqapas yachaytaqa yacharirani puku a puku. Ya 15 años niuq kashaspa ki yachayman haykurani 20 años niuq mandataqmi ki llank'ayta qallarirani ki espiritual yachayta kunanqa kaypi como yachachiq hina kashani pero ñuqaqa sintikuni siqaq sumaq allintan kay wayqipanakunawan yachasqaykumanta ki yachay wasipi chayllataraq ñuqapas rimaynita chachimusaq kunan tapurikuy kaqtinqa astawan willanarikisunchis urpillay sunqullay.
Ñayturay.
Okay, my brothers and sisters, first of all, I want to send you a big hug and kindest regards to all of you in this beautiful afternoon. My name is Juan Apasa. I am the son of Mariano Apasa. Mariano Apasa was one of our highest level priests in the community. I'm very happy to be in the heart of the technology now, speaking to all of you. My heart feels very happy to be part of this faculty and be able to teach this tradition to all over this world. I am making it from all my heart because this is what our ancestors taught us, to spread all this wisdom from the Inca time. So this is a wisdom that our great-grandparents and our grandparents preserved, and they gave it to us, to these generations. My father taught me exactly how to share what you learn. This is what we do now. It is to share all what I learned since I was 15 years old, thanks to the wisdom and the practice of my father. Now, I am very happy the fact that all people coming from all over this planet are willing to learn this tradition with us. People coming from Italy, from France, from the US, from Germany, from all over. So we are very happy the fact that you are willing to learn from us, and we are happy to give it to you. Urpillay sonqollay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Jose, do you have any questions you want to ask?
Oh, all kinds of questions. I'm just trying to think of what I want to know first. What are the next steps? You've accomplished a great deal so far, and what is next? What are your objectives? What would you like to ultimately accomplish in the development of your cultural center and your school? And is there a bigger vision, and what is that?
You know, there really is, and I can't say that it comes from. I would have to say it comes from Pachamama, because 5 years ago, 6 years ago, I was in Cusco, and I literally just received this message, this very powerful message that it's time to create a global school that everybody can tap into and learn from the Q'ero. And it's like, how am I going to do that? I have no idea. And then the pandemic hit. And then my friends and Q'ero families had no income to put food on their table and feed their kids. And we said, oh, we've got to do something. And everything just kind of blossomed from there. So to really bring this forward more and more in the world, to invite more people to study with us at the Teksemuyu Pakoyachawasi, at the Global Paco School, to just to sit in the presence of the teachers 2 hours a week and listen to them. It's so beautiful what they say, the worldview, the words. It's like magnificent poetry. And we're so lucky to have Freddie, who is, you know, it's a challenge to translate from Quechua to English, from the worldview of the Q'ero, who are like living in this world of living energy and sensing the Apus and Pachamama in their hearts, and with their kuyas and with their mishas, and transmitting the knowledge. You know, we were all like, is this going to work? This is a big experiment. What's going to happen? We don't know. And we just all kept going with kind of dedication. And it's just, now we're in the 3rd year of the Global Paco School. It's like, what? It's amazing. And so, and then the cultural center, just to put this in, we had this beautiful anthropologist, Juan Nunez del Prado, if any of you know him. And he gave an incredible speech talking about how the wisdom of the Q'ero was responsible for 2 revolutions in Peru already. Their worldview, their knowledge, their myth about the return of the Inca, this idea of humanity coming back into harmony with nature, coming back into communion with nature. That's what we're all about. That's what they're teaching us, is how to be a human bridge to nature. And that is what we want to do through the Cultural Center, through the Global Paco School, you know, through everything that, and preserving the lives of the people in Q'ero Nation, first and foremost, and educating them. We have Q'ero kids running the Cultural Center. It's so amazing. It's
beautiful.
so amazing.
You know, it brings up a question for me. You know, I live in the very heart of a sizable city, Minneapolis, in North America. And, you know, I've been studying, you know, this sort of path of nature and energy for a long time. And a question that always comes up for me is, so many people, like in my world, want to move toward this vision of the world and an action in the world that you're describing, moving back into harmony with nature, etc. I'm just wondering if Juan and Monica can give any kind of I don't know, guidance about, you know, people feel stuck. You know, they feel like, I want to do something, but I have to make a living, and I live in a system that is completely antithetical to the vision that these maestros are you know, giving us, and that's in my heart. How can we possibly get out from under this feeling of being stuck in a system? How can we do it? I wonder if they can, you know, give us any advice.
Woo! Oh my goodness.
That's the big question.
How are we going to translate that to them, Freddie? I would say we do it in the Global Paco School because the first thing we do is everybody makes a sacred relationship with the nature that they live in right now.
Yeah.
And this just recognition, we do pilgrimages, we do prayers, we do offerings to all. I mean, I'm lucky enough, I have Mauna Loa, Mauna Kea, the beautiful Mother Ocean surrounding me. So reminding us that these are all living beings and communication is possible with them. And that's what they're teaching us, how to do that. It's exactly what they're teaching us. But let's see what, ¿qué pueden hacer esta gente moderna?
I can ask that.
¿Puedes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Mónica Panayay, Ricky, kay Jaime Guayaquenchis, Ricky, Jaime Guayaquenchis, Tapurikushan, Ricky, imainas Ricky, runakunapa, Ricky, tia runakunapa, Ricky, ancha, ochikan sasa, Ricky, paikunapa, anke Pachamanchispa, Apunchispa, Cochanchispa, Lipichankunapa, Ricky, Calpanta, Hap Irinapa, Ricky, paikunaka, sechos, Hatun, Ciudad Kunapa, Ricky, Tiango. Paikunapa ochikan sasariki mana no kanchis hinapach riki no kanchis pakariki apunchisunaka kaillapi riki imatas kan panallay Mónica recomendación ta con kiman o imas kan rimaiki kanman paikunapa pikunas llaqtapi tianku imainatas paikuna pachamanchispa kallpanta hokarinkuman o conectakunkuman imas ruwananku paikunapa.
Aw rimaisa noqa ima asqallayta rimaysa llapallaykisan punustadas ñañaykuna turaykuna noqa sutimi Mónica Qispi kuna rimaysa noqa imaytataq manaya Pachamamansunqa haywarikistapunia nankumanqa conectakunkumanqa haywarikuspa Pachamamanqa haywarikuspa hatun haywarikuyta haywarikuski nanku paqariq ninku haywarikunkuman maypich paqarinku anchiypaq siman sapaqkunaq conectakuyta nasap sapaqkunapaqpis Pachamama pachatirap apukunapaq haywarikuyta ruwankuman chiykunia conectaciontaqa ruwankuman chiya paynatapis yanapaman pajarikutinku haywarikutinku tukuysunku haywarikutinku Pachamama pachatirapaq haywarikutinku nuqpakunapaq haywarikutinku chiykuna yanapaman manaya chiykuna yanapaman maykunatachu paykunapaq sunqu munashan yanapananpaq may apukuntachu may Pachamamakuntachu may nuqpakuntachu chaykunapaq waqharikunkuman chaykunapaq nata ruwankuman despachuta haywarikuyta anchiypuni allin kanman chaykuna winuraywan imanchin imay mishkikunawan imallawanpis imachika shaqaypi anchin hurtakunawan aqnallapas haywarikunkuman chaykuna kanman yanapaman ayuramanqa chaykuna nankumanqa hina llaqtapi tiyaqtinkupis imapas yanapallamanpuni may llaqtapiña iman tiyaqtinkupis chaypa haywarikuptinkuqa maymantapis apukuna Pachamamaqa nuqpakunaqa chashkillamanmi chaypaq nispa haywarikuptinkuqa chayllataraq nuqa rimaymuni.
Ñay.
Anyay panay. Okay, Mónica says, good afternoon with everyone. My name is Mónica Kespi. To the question, the recognition to Pachamama and the energy, it is unique for all mankind. By instance, if we want to connect with the healing power of Pachamama, we have to start practicing the sacred reciprocity, gain the right to receive by giving. For that, we have the Hatun Haywariku, which is the great offering that they were taught to do by their ancestors. Right. And then the recognition of each of us to our Ituapu and Takarina, to our spiritual mother and spiritual father. They are the ones who are going to give us all energy to go through all our difficulties and all troubles we have, wherever we are. the recognition to the power of nature, it is very important. And the only way to do it is when you use the wisdom of your heart. Your heart will always feel when you are feeding yourself with the power of nature, which is the great food for your heart. Then is when you are going to find the peace and the harmony, right? All this is the great offer that Pachamama and Mother Nature will always give to us. It is why always offer with all your heart, whatever you offer, if it's some drink, if it's some sweet, do it with your heart. Apu, sacred mountains, sacred lagoons, sacred nature, Pachamama, the power of Pachamama, the Nustas will always help you if you do with all your faith.
Thank you, Freddie. Thank you for the translation. Thank you, Monica. Gracias.
Anyay banay.
Okay, tuloy yung nanay ko.
I'm wondering if Juan and Monica could say a few words of wisdom about the idea of being a walking blessing and how more people can be that in the world today.
Excuse me, Elizabeth, I would like to understand what is walking blessing.
I know, I'm thinking, how will we translate this idea? This is always the fun challenge. So for them, of course, they would say walking in the sumak kausai, which is the most delicious field of living energy. Right. So I think that is what they do. I mean, let's see. So yeah, our friend Jose is asking about how do they see that? Can you become a walking blessing? How can we distribute,
Right.
actually be the sumak kausai and deliver it to people? That's, yeah, that idea of walking blessing, como una bendición caminante, no?
Yeah, but let me tell you, if I ask that, then they will refer to another person because they are very humble. They won't feel like they, and for me, that question would be so direct to them, but I can ask, how we can get to the level of his master, who was a walking and blessing person, right? So he might have more open answer for all what we want to know. Is it okay? Right.
Yes.
Yeah, Juancito, Mónica, pillapas yachasuman kaita. Ricky, machulunchis kariki total tukuy munayniyoq, yachayniyoq, atiyniyoq karanku Ricky. Paykuna kariki purisqankullampi Ricky ancha sumaq munasqa runakuna karanku Ricky. Ichaqa paykunaqa Pachamamaq kallpanwan llank'aq karanku. Imaynatas nuqanchis chayasuman anchay nivelkunaman. Riki imaynas chay kanman, imaynas chay sintikuy kanman, sichus qankuna yachankichis sonqochaykichismanta lluqsijina.
Bueno, waypanaykuna kunanki ñawpa yachaymanta ñuqapas willarikamusaq ñawpaqqa cierto nishansina paykuna tukuyshunku haywarikuyta waranku tukuyshunku phiwan conectakuranku porque imaraykus ñawpaqqa karan naturalmente mikhunakunapas naturalmi karan manan karanchu ni usutankupas rinrichaq ayisqa antesqa qarallaraq usutankupas kasqa entonces anchi tiempokunapi más allin conexión karan que Pachamama espirituwan montañakunaq espirituwan paykunapas allinta conectakuspa tukuy munayniyuq hina karanku kunanyata kipi tiksimo yung tempe siempre imaymana químico mejuna kunapas imaymanata kunan tanto utilizantes entonces mana chikunata siempre uchuita atención chewan chican pisi conexión humana automisa con ñau paginañacho porque kunanka que haywari kuipi haywari kuita ruaspa Oaxacospa ajnano paikopas kashayko pero echaca siempre yanapawanchisme pachamamanchis espiritunka montaña kuna espiritumpes solamente que faltan fila tan chorananches tukuy son conchiswan haywarikuita fita churaspa checa uyariwas ponen siempre espero la pachamamaca espero la montaña pues espíritu condulpes entonces yanapawanchisme teximuyun en wawankunata kuna actualmente quiere más castapas uyarisawanchisme espiritulan pachamamanchis espiritun karito montaña kuna espiritumpes no canches maipich sunnas kastiga Oaxaricun chica chaypi presente casilanco tapaykunapas uyariwashanchis yanapawashanchis entonces sichus manapun yuyarinchis chica manapunitaja yanapawashanpistaqchu ni uyariwashanpistaqchu sichus Oaxaricunchis sutimpi chica uyarillawanspuni yanapallawanspuni noqapas ituku unayñata purishani que pachamamanchishwan pushka aywarikushpa chica maypipi siempre yanapawan puni noqatapas hinallata que wayqinskunapas llapayan tiqsimuyuntinmanta que yachaywasinman hamushanku y paykunatapas siempre yanapan q'imirinmi pachamamanchis espiritunqa nuqanchis wankushkan kashan killataraq nuqapas willarikamuni uspillay sonqulay.
To the question, Juancito says, my brothers and sisters, that is true. That is true. The connection with Mother Nature needs to be unique. In being able to offer all your body, your life, to the power of Tukuy Munay Niyok, Yachay Niyok, and Ati Niyok, to the true wisdom, to the true power of love and will, and to your strength, the intelligence of your strength. Just give it all, right? And then is when we'll start, all this, what you think, what is to walk and bless. Because when you receive, you have to give, right? The power of nature, it is that smooth and that is unique, okay? And this will start with the respect that you have to Mother Nature and also what you eat from Mother Nature, right? We have to go back to the roots when everything was so natural as the energy and our food. Perhaps this is one of the points in which my lineage, my community, it is always connected because we live from nature. It's not like, other experiences. We live direct from nature. Even our medicine, it is the mountains. We gather all our medicines from there. We don't know any drugstore, any doctor. It's nature. So we live supported by nature. And how we connect with that, we do our wahariku. We speak to them because we know that they are living energy and they will come and they will support to us. We ask with our open heart, right? And we give our unconditional love and we have this trust and faith that we will receive that energy. As we receive, we have to give. And this is why we have to walk receiving and giving. And this is what is to receive and give. And we arrive to the stage of walking and blessing. This is what we do. In this moment, while we are talking, you and me, Apus and Pachamama are witnessing, even though perhaps you might not know, but they are witnessing what we are talking. And definitely Pachamama, the Apus, and all of them are feeling happy, okay, because we are talking this topic that is very essential for the spiritual growth of everyone. I'm letting you know they are living energy. Please understand that. This is why I am working more than 20 years, working, receiving, and giving. And this is what we say, walk and bless.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Freddie, thank you again for beautiful translations. Well, I feel like, you know, I wish we could go on, but you know, I don't want to take up too much of all of your time, but Jose, is there anything else that you would like to bring forward or ask?
Well, yeah. What could members of our community do at this time to support your vision and to support what the Wiraqocha Foundation is all about?
Wonderful.
Yeah, right now we're just starting the new year of our Global Paco School. Anybody who wants to join us, check it out. And everything that, you know, we have a really powerful sacred reciprocity with our Quero families. And I think last year it was 87% of all the money that came to Wiraqocha Foundation went to Peru. So that's a pretty good number,
Wow.
I think.
Yes.
Very good.
Yep.
Yeah, way to go.
We're going to keep that up for this coming year. And we have different projects. We just had 4 deaths this year in Queros because of bad bridges and no rescue equipment. They don't have ropes or stretchers or harnesses to help rescue people, and bridge repair, because I don't know if you know, the Quero do this annual pilgrimage from the high mountain down into the jungle where they harvest corn that they plant and other plants for the dyes for their weavings and other foods. And so in this pilgrimage, they have to cross these huge raging rivers, and 2 of the rivers, the bridges, we lost 4 people in the last year. So that's one of the projects we're focused on. If you want, I can send you, we just sent out a newsletter to everyone naming the different projects. And if people want to donate, I mean, if they want to donate $5 or $10, every little bit helps. And but of course we would say, you speak to the nature beings at your house, talk to them, you know, enter into a relationship with them. If we start to really recognize that everything is alive around us and live from this worldview, Pachamama is going to be happy. She's going to be giving more to us. We also have these global Paco ops, we call them, where we get together and work with collective practices. We do it on the new and the full moon, and then sometimes in extreme weather conditions, speaking to the Mother Nature. And so people can join that way if they're able. So the number of different ways, just check out our website on Wiraqocha Foundation and join our school, donate to a cause, buy some weavings. Yeah, right from our Hatunqueros Cultural Center. The weavings of the Quero are made, they do an invocation to a very powerful being. She's a Nusta, she's like a muse of the patterns of the weavings. That's why people will see these and say, oh my gosh, they're so filled with prayers, you can feel it. So the weavings are very special and unique. So that's why we've set up this store just for them. So all kinds of different ways to participate. Check us out.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, we'll stay in touch. You know, just listening to you talk and looking at your website, feel like there's a lot more that SSP and you all can do with each other. We'd love to be able to move into that reciprocity more and more. So yeah. All right, thank you so much, Jose. Anything else from you?
Oh, no. I feel personally transformed just spending this time together.
Yeah.
I'm very appreciative.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for making this time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Juan and Monica. Thank you so much for spending time with us and delivering your beautiful words and very wonderful philosophies and ideas. Thank you so much. You've warmed our hearts and you've given us strength.
Anchata nyanjay kamisyon ko paikuna pasiriki ang kay uchoy hunyunakui piriki muna paikuna pasancha nyanchaska son kochanku pas ancha kusika shanku hukahuna kariki don Jose nishan no kakak anki huchu rimanakui pino kaps hampikuni nispa alimi sumakta anchata nyanjay kamushanku ay kay panaykuna anki pi kay nyunakui pi kachaskay kichisman.
Alime Wiraqocha kuna nukapas ancha kusista kashane kuna actualmente keipe hunakuinchisman chayka muranko Wiraqocha kuna que Wiraqocha kusi Jaime nukapas paykunapa ancha añanchayta uymuni kuskulaqtamanta pacha nukapas y kushane que Wiraqocha fundación man tal vez que Wiraqocha kuna yana paimuanches ancha kursisqa nuqapas kashane que llaqtaykupi que wifi paqpas de repente yana paimuarqanchis entonces que llaqtaykupi qullpakuchupi q'iruspi manan ni imapas karanchu antesqa mana wifi cancho, mana luz cancho, mana cancho, ni imapais lejanos lachta garanche konanka nya kanya asway wifi kan carteraps nya sirkan nya llapan luz kunaps asway chi panel solar nisqawan kan nya chiqa mas tranquilidad nya llaqtaykupi tiashayku comunicación pis kan Angina onquspapas wahanakuspa anki kuskuma pawkartampuma apanak munaykupaq ña kanña antes mana kasharanchu siqaq llakisqa kasharayku chaymanta chayqa anchata punin qankunatapas añanchaykamuni urpillay sunqullay.
Juancito feels very happy the fact that he was present and he was available for this meeting. And he feels very glad in being able to meet you, Jose and Jaime. Thank you very much from the bottom of his heart, he said. Thank you very much. And thank you in behalf of all my Paco family here in Cusco, in Paucartambo, in Eros Nation. And thank you very much by helping us. I understand that you are helping us in our Wi-Fi. Thank you very much, because we have communication is very important to us. If we want to communicate with our families in Cusco or wherever, if we have an emergency, Wi-Fi has been very, very important to all of us. Now our lives has changed since we have the help of people like you. And thank you by practicing this Aini. Nowadays, we have roads are arriving to our community. We have solar panels for our electricity. We have Wi-Fi. We have a lot of help and support from you. So we feel very happy and we feel blessed as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you all so much for a beautiful conversation. I wish you all the best and many blessings.
We'll be in communication.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you all so much. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Urpichay.